ต้อนรับทุกท่านกลับเข้าสู่ภายในกิจกรรมณบริเวณเวทีทอสเตรทนี้อีกหนึ่งครั้งนะคะและในหัวข้อถัดไปที่กำลังจะเริ่มต้นขึ้นนี้ค่ะขออนุญาตประชาสัมพันธ์ว่าเรามีเครื่องแปลภาษาหูฟังสามารถติดต่อเจ้าหน้าที่ได้บริเวณทางด้านซ้ายมือทางด้านนี้และนำบัตรประชาชนติดต่อเจ้าหน้าที่ด้วยนะคะ Right now distinguished guests I would like to move on you for our next topic we let's talk about the topic as Revest Rethink Resources from Sweden Global Campaign by Swedish Embassy and Swedish Chamber of Commerce. Right now, distinguished guests, we would like to welcome for everyone. So please give a round of applause for welcome Dr. Pojanat Patanajaran, Executive Director in as a moderator today right here. So please welcome.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, chamber members, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So I am Pojanat and the Executive Director of the Thai-Swedish Chamber of Commerce, or the SWECHAM. So I will be your moderator for this session. And Sweden is very excited to be a part of the SX Sustainability Expo again for the second year. And we think that the Expo, the SX Expo is offering a platform for us as stakeholders to exchange and discuss the challenges that we're facing. So with waste reduction being a universal crisis which requires global cooperation and individual efforts, we think that today, together, we gathered to address the underlying problems, the necessary steps, and the innovative solutions in waste management, as well as rethinking the way that we use our resources. So it is my honor to invite Her Excellency Mrs. Anna Hammargren, Ambassador of Sweden to Thailand, to the stage. Our ambassador will make the opening remarks. Please give her a big round of applause. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Poi, for these welcoming words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to stand here before you tonight to address you briefly before I leave the floor to what is really important, and that is meaning participants from some Swedish companies that have good solutions for the problems we're trying to address here. I think that Sweden is internationally actually known for being in the forefront for sustainability in all its aspects. It's been a clear political and societal priority for many governments, and we have today chosen to focus on waste and resource management here at this fair. You find the pavilion right over there, number S4. And I'm very happy to also say that we're doing this together with the Thai-Sweden Chamber of Commerce. And up on stage, here you will find some very good companies with me tonight. That is Sentinel Solutions, Hitachi Energy, and Tetra Pak. Why focus on waste, you might think? It's a fairly boring subject. But approximately 2.2 billion tons of municipal waste is generated globally every year. And 33% of that unimaginable volume is not properly managed. Poorly managed waste is probably the third largest or something global emitter of methane, which you know is a polluted gas. Pollutions and chemicals are poisoning our water, our air, and our soil. And this is affecting our environment, our societies, our economies, and our health. So what approach must one have by addressing waste problems? The ambition must be to get all actors on all levels to act in their own sphere. And one could also say that the ultimate approach to waste management is actually to have none created at all at the first place, so no waste. But we all have to do our parts. So states, they will need to invest in modern waste management in their systems. They will have to adopt policies and regulations that encourage people to reuse and recycle everything from plastic bottle to old electronics. Circular economies could save governments billions and create very many jobs. Producers then, what should they do? They must design products and services that are less resource and material intensive. They must responsibly manage any waste created across all stages of their product's life cycle. And they must find creative ways to extend the lives of their products also. And what about all us consumers? What should we do? We need to reconsider the origins and impacts of the goods and products we buy every day, and we need to rethink how we dispose of them. We need to find opportunities to reuse, recycle, repurpose, repair, and recover the products we have bought. Sweden is aiming for a zero waste goal. This is very challenging and ambitious. But I can tell you that today we are at least recycling 99% of our garbage. 52% is converted into energy, for example, heating of houses or fueling public transportation. And the remaining 47% is recycled in different ways. So only less than 1% ends up in landfills. Sweden can offer innovative solutions and extensive know-how in waste collection and recycling. We're a global leader when it comes to dealing with and recycling waste, and the waste-to-energy systems we have developed, they have given waste another value for us. As a leading contributor to environmental friendly solutions and sustainable development, we stand ready to cooperate with Thailand and Thailand partners in developing sustainable smart cities and waste management. So, I'll end by just saying, please come and visit our exhibition, our pavilion over there, number S4. It will not be a waste of your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Ambassador, for the very insightful opening speech. So now to the actual presentations. And the format is devised to allow for fairly short but well thought out 5 minutes presentation, and then straight into very quick Q&A from the floor. So please do prepare some difficult questions for our expert speakers. They're very, very knowledgeable, so please do pick their brains on this. For the first presentation, please welcome Mr. Sean Tu, the Managing Director of Sentinels Thailand, who will share his expertise on water conservation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Poch. Sawadee krap, everybody. My name is Sean. My company is called Sentinel Solution. So basically, we do green solution. So part of our green solution is to provide something to save water. Because I guess we're going to talk on some very sensitive topic now. My question is the last drop of clean water. So I guess most people will ask me, why would I come up with this question? Because first of all, we have to find out that 70% of the earth is covered by water. But then again, how many percent of them are actually usable? So you have less than 3% of fresh water available for human consumption. And unfortunately, only 1% of them is clean water. So you imagine we have, 8 billion population now, and 2.7 billion population, don't have clean water at least a month in a year. Okay, and there'll be another increase of 40% of global water demand, but for the next 10 years. So I guess this will be the number that for us to ponder on. And let's look at the number water consumption numbers, because I guess this will be the number that we will be looking at. Asia is consuming approximately 1,500 liters of water per day per person. Okay, American is thirstier, it's 2.1 cubic meter, and of course the poorest continent is African, so it's 500 liters of water being consumed per day per person. So these are the number that's contributing to the water scarcity. And the next question is that 70% of our water is being used in the agricultural sector. So this will be the area that you can't avoid them, because if you don't use the water, then you don't have a food to eat. And of course, for hotel sectors, we will be looking at, these are the number. On average, if you check into the hotel, you'll be consuming approximately 500 liters of water per night, per person. So if you check in with your couple, so you have two of you, you'll be using up almost 1,000 liters of water in the hotel per night. And out of which about 50 liters of them are being used through the taps. So let me give you another numbers. Domestically, these are the numbers. In America, we'll be consuming about 120 gallons of water per person per day. So that's about 600 liters. So the global number is almost accurate in that sense. So for us, we think, oh no, we'll just wash our hand, we just take a shower, we just flush our toilet. But if you look at it, the number is actually very scary, because this 600 liters of water will be used for toilet, about 1/4 of them, and shower another 20%, and you have another 20% on the faucet, and so forth and so on. So the question is, if you let your faucet run on continuously, you'll be wasting about 7 million liters of water per year. Okay, I have only 1 minute left, so I have to rush through my. Okay. So is it time to start conserving water? Because if you don't, then we may be in trouble. Because if you can have a choice, an option to use 1 liter to wash your hand, would you rather waste another 9 liters of water? So it is more than just cleaning the water, but you are sharing a very scarce resources with the community. Because whatever you use, it becomes wastewater, and then your neighbor will not have access to that. Okay, so which is why we actually brought in this technology. It's a Swedish innovation, and the innovative part of this nozzle is that they use atomization technology to make the water molecules smaller, so that you can clean better with less water. Because effectively, you only need about 1 liter per minute to clean your hand. So next time, or after this, when you wash your hand, please think carefully, okay? Because very soon, what is going to happen to our Earth? All right. Okay. So the 3R is that, I guess our topic of Swedish is rethink. So we should actually rethink the way we consume the water, because it is really relevant for our community to survive. And if not, then I guess we have to get ready for the resetting. All right, my time is up. Dr. Poch, thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Kun Sean. Very interesting indeed, water conservation. Considering that countries go to wars over water, I mean, that just tells us how important this resources is to human and also all lives on Earth, in fact. So may I please take some questions from the floor? Like any burning ones? So we have one a staff with a crew member with a microphone there. Anyone? Like anyone? No? Okay. So my question would be like, so there is, especially in Thailand, there is this paradox, like outside right now there is a thunderstorm, right? And we know that it will be flooded for sure. In a few months' time, we also know for sure there will be a drought, okay? So what's from your point of view, like how should we manage this water problem issue? How do we best conserve it for the bad times?
My answer, I guess most of the people will not like my answer because my answer is going to address a very fundamental issue of water management. How much are you paying for your water per cubic meter? 17 baht per 1,000 liter of water. That's 50 cents for 1,000 liter of water. And I believe that is the root cause of being water mismanaged because the water cost is too low. How much is Sweden paying for their water supply?
It's almost free.
What, Sweden is free? No.
It's not free, but it's
It's
I don't
expensive.
know actually how much it costs these days. Yeah.
Same. Oh, it's also 50 cents per cubic. Wow, okay. So I guess that is a problem that we need to address. Because I was at Metropolitan Water Authority two weeks ago. So I was talking to the operators. They were mumbling because they said, oh no, we don't have budget. And the last time the rate was raised was 30 years ago. So we share the same sentiment that I guess we need to address that issue. Because if not, then businesses will not actually appreciate how precious the water is.
All right. Yeah, I don't like that answer. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know. Okay.
But thank you. Very interesting way of solving a problem. Like any other questions? I think we're a bit behind the schedule, so big round of applause
All right.
to
Thank you
Mr.
very
Sean
much.
too,
Khop kun
please.
krab.
Thank you. Thank you. So again, thank you very much for the topic on conservation. So we must make the best use of our resources, and but what are we going to do then with the equipment that has come to the end of its life cycle? How can we manage? I think that is still the right. Okay. So how can we still manage old assets? And for today, on old assets management, let's welcome Dr. Warawut Varuthamampornsu, the country manager, managing director of Hitachi Energy Thailand, who will share with us the digital solutions to waste reduction. Thank you.
ครับสวัสดีครับผมวรวุฒินะครับ so I'm honored to represent Hitachi Energy and I would like to talk with you about how we achieving a good balance for a better world by using our innovative solution Econic. But first of all, let me introduce about our company and how to link to our solution. So Hitachi Energy is a global technology leader with heritage over 250 years of combining ABB, that is why we link to Sweden, and Hitachi. And we are advancing a sustainable energy future for all. We serve the customer in the utility, industry, and transportation sectors. And then with our innovative solution and the services throughout the value chain. Together with the customer and partners, we also pioneer the technology and also enable the digital transformation required to accelerate the energy transition to the carbon neutral future. We are also advancing a world energy system to become more sustainable, flexible, and secure, while balancing social and environmental and economic value. Currently, we have the proven track record and unparalleled install base over 140 countries, employ 40,000 people in 90 countries, and generated business over $10 billion. At Hitachi Energy, sustainability is at our heart, is the heart of our purpose, advancing a sustainable energy future for all. All means people in this generation and generation to come. We are committed to contributing to the sustainability development and positively impacting environment and people. We also believe that sustainable development can be achieved or achievable through the partnership, and our innovation that we talk to you later on also come from the open and transparent collaboration with the customers, suppliers, and also partners. So in Hitachi Energy, we are continuously striving, fully integrate our purpose within, across, and beyond the business strategy to deliver the sustainable target and also help the customers to deliver, to achieve and exceed their own. So this slide that I show you now is showing the Sustainability 2030 strategic plans that summarize our commitment to act and drive the business in order to achieve the carbon neutrality. And also, as you can see that this is based on the selected Sustainable Development Goals or SDG that can put into 4 pillars. One is the planet linked to environment, people, peace, and partnerships. So let me move on the topic that we talked today about the Econic. That is our innovation as our promise to the carbon neutral future. So Econic is Hitachi Energy's eco-efficient portfolio for sustainability, where the product, services, and solutions are proven to deliver an exceptional environmental performance. Econic is also a sustainability-oriented in design to deliver a superior environmental performance compared to the conventional solutions. So we have what are the offering in the Econic. We have the Econic products that link to the equipment for the grid connection, like the switchgear, high voltage switchgear. That we know that they use the alternative gas to the SF6 that is normally used and create a global warming potential very much. That is around 24,000 for the carbon equivalent, CO2 equivalent. Also the Econic transformer that have used, let's say, consider the life cycle assessment and then manage on the material that used in order to reduce the carbon footprint. In addition to that, we also have the Econic consulting that consider along the value chain, starting from design, supply chain, transport, service, and end of life. And the last one that we'd like to highlight is on the Econic implementation. That is also the way forward for maturity into the sustainability that can consider into 3 steps. Calculate, that is related to awareness, measure, and report. The second step is on cutting, that including the using the portfolio, the product, eliminating some unnecessary activities, and then executing with smaller footprint, for example, using digitalization. And the last one is compensate. It's linked to the CO2 offset as well as the CO2 capture. On top of that, digitalization play an important role. For example, like allow us to reduce waste generation and rethink about solution with integrating sustainability. So this iconic solution can reduce environmental impact, increase the energy efficiency, and also become the future-proofing technology investment as well as contributing to the sustainable development in industry and society. Let me talk with one more slide about the iconic as our journey to sustainability that is also guided by the key principle: rewaste, rethink, and resource. Let me explain about this. Rewaste. Instead of treating the waste as something to be discarded, we take it as an opportunity. We are committed to reduce waste and also promoting recycle for all processes. Second, rethink. We always challenge the status quo and constantly seeking the innovation. And then based on all the challenges, based on for example, collaboration, enhancing safety, decarbonization, and so on, this iconic is the outcome or the result of the rethink that generate sustainable energy solution that make it different. The last one is resource. We know that the planet's resources are finite. And it's our responsibility to use it wisely. This iconic portfolio can harness renewable energy and can optimize the resource utilization. So, in conclusion, in Hitachi Energy, we are committed to achieving this the good balance for a better world. And with iconic, we are not only reimagining the energy solution, but also redefining the commitment to the sustainability. So thank you very much for your attention, and would like also to invite you to visit our booth in the Sweden Pavilion. And you can learn more about how iconic can be part of your journeys to the greener and more sustainable future. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Vorawood. Does anyone have a question to Dr. Vorawood? It was actually really well explained, I thought, the iconic concept. I think what's maybe been on everyone's mind is this is not related to your presentation at all, but we keep getting this all the time in Sweden Pavilion. So how is Hitachi Energy related to Sweden?
Okay. So as I mentioned that we have the heritage of over 250 years of ABB and Hitachi. So that's why all the solution technology we also have in Sweden. And it's a Swedish technology as well. So that's why I can explain shortly, briefly about how it's linked to Sweden.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So any questions? I mean, we're going to be here for a little longer, like in the pavilion. So if you want to have any discussions with us, we will be here for a while. So in the interest of time, because I'm conscious about that, we're running over.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vorawood. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So may I please invite our final speaker, Sorry. Technology. Okay. Very good. So the final speaker for today is Mr. Patinya Silapsapadon, Head of Sustainability of Tetrapak Thailand, and he will be talking to us about very exciting development in terms of regulations, I think. So please welcome.
ขอบคุณมากครับ Dr. Pot. Swadikap. My name is Patinya. I'm the head of sustainability at Tetra Pak, Thailand. And just for your information, the mission that Tetra Pak has been taking since the last 70 years is making food safe and available everywhere. And today I'm going to talk about how we actually are more responsible than only making food safe and available. We are also responsible for the packaging waste that happen in Thailand as well. So bear with me for another 4 minutes or so. Right. When we're talking about responsibility, we are talking about making our economy circular. And in order to make a circular economy, there are many different elements, very important elements that we need to fulfill. Starting by having a good design. Definitely having a good design will help the whole supply chain. So our colleagues already talking about Rethink and also resources. Today I'm going to talk also about the other part which are related to how we actually helping to collect packaging material waste back into circular system. So those are the elements that we need to work together, and you can see at in the last point that we cannot do it alone. We need to do it together with our industrial partners, our customers, our consumers. I'm going to share with you in Thailand we have a very challenging landscape because not only that the collecting waste by itself is very challenging, but also for the fact that we lack of a lot of different things. For example, policy, the directive from the government, the infrastructure, and also the value of the recycled products. So a lot of those challenges, we're trying to work across the industry to address those challenges. What you see on the screen are only examples of the campaigns and the projects that we run together with our partners. You see at the bottom, we are not working alone on these different projects. We are working together under the Federation of Thai Industry. We are working together as a PRO Thailand, a group of brand owners, a group of packaging producers, in order to support the whole development of these projects. We do anything from making consumer aware that beverage carton can be collected and can be recycled. We're running the campaigns called Green Shelter. We collect materials. We make into building and construction materials, and then we donate the house to the people in need. And of course, you can visit our booth, and the example of those materials are at our booth at Sweden Pavilion at Expo. We are also doing a lot of collection campaigns. We are working both together with informal waste collectors, creating the value of the recycled products by offering good buying price. We're working closely with recyclers, improving technology in order for them to recycle better products. We're also working with the municipalities, for example, Bangkok Metropolitan Office, in order to create sorting center or collection hubs within the city. And at the end, we're also working with the equipments that help our recycler to become more efficient, and at the same time creating better products with better value. So those are all the key challenges. And you see on the top that we still need, after all of these activities, a very good guidance from the government on the EPR, or Extended Producer Responsibility Scheme. That will help all the producers that are using any kind of packaging to help us improving the collection value chain. Here, just to show you the example of the landscape that we are working with. In Thailand, about 67 million people. We're using approximately almost 80,000 tons of beverage carton each year. Most of the time, you know, the cartons are used in the central part, eastern part, and Bangkok. Of course, there are the usage in different areas of the country, but it makes very difficult to collect them back. The more and the further you go, the more expensive the logistic cost that you have to take those back to the recycling factories, which are surrounding in Bangkok area. So that is one of the key challenges that we are facing. That's why we need support from the producers in order to help us collecting back those beverage carton into the system. Just to show you the overall landscape, these are a simplified, complex landscape of how we collect the waste and what are the value needed in order to get the material back into circular economy. It's not easy as you see on the screen, but we need everyone from consumer, from municipalities, also from the waste collectors, aggregators, recyclers, producers who can feed the money. You can see that the red ones are required money need to be fed that into this ecosystem to make the material flow back into the right cycle. Because if we don't put the money, the red money in, all the materials will go to landfill. And that will create additional pollutions and diminish the value of the whole cycle. That's why I think extended producer responsibility is a regulation that we have to push forward. And I can confirm with you that in the industry, through the Federation of Thai Industry, at the end of this week, we are going to announce the collaboration from the private sector to push for extended producer responsibility. So today I'm going to share with you one of the challenges that we are, as a producers and as a Swedish producers, we are willing to take responsibility of our own footprint. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for that inspiring presentation. Do you have any questions from the floor? So there is one question, like Kun Dev. Okay.
Hello, thank you. My name is Dev. I'd just like to know some insights on plastic consumption. I know Thailand's been on this for years, but as far as a consumer and a producer, what are your thoughts on plastic consumption in terms of Thailand? Thank you.
Too much in general, but of course there are different databases that we are working with, Kundev, on that. Anything, between 2 million tons to 5 million tons a year, which is not taken back into the recycling value chain. So by having producer responsibility and having the organization that represent the producers, helping us to identify the gaps, understanding the footprint and supply chain, encouraging the money into the supply chain and building the recycling facilities, that could be a really good help. And I'm glad to tell you that actually we have a public-private partnership between the private sector and the government that are working specifically on the plastic waste. And that is going to be joining us on Friday as well to announce the collaboration and driving for the extended producer responsibility. So if you are around on the 6th of October, between 1:30 p.m. to 3:30, I think you are welcome to join us.
Thank you very much. Any last question? If not, we are going to be here, so please come and speak to us. Thank you very much to all our speakers for today. A big round of applause. And just a few last words. We have so many innovation, like sustainable innovation, but in the end of the day, I think what all the speeches today, are reflecting is that we humans have to action. We need to do that through managing our waste, like sorting out our rubbish, try to use less water, and create partnerships with other organizations in order to then be able to apply those innovations towards a sustainable future. So thank you very much. Thank you.